As one of the most influential men of the 20th century, there's no shortage of adjectives to use when describing Woodrow Wilson's 2 terms as President of the United States. Wilson was a pioneer of the progressive movement, both before and during his presidency, becoming a populist champion a generation before Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal. He ran for reelection by touting his neutrality during World War I, only to lead his nation into the war and become the architect of a world body that would lead to greater interconnection among nations. Today, Wilson is best remembered for his 14 points, one of the most forceful arguments for an idealistic foreign policy in American history, and his fight for the League of Nations, which set the model for today's United Nations. Wilson's presidency was monumentally consequential, but it is not without its critics, nor is the man himself. Even as Wilson has come to be viewed as one of America's greatest presidents, perception of Wilson and his administration as racist have also taken hold. Despite being one of the early 20th century's most forceful proponents of a globalized foreign policy, Wilson's personal views and comments were ardently anti-immigration, and Wilson's administration entrenched and expanded segregation in the federal government. Perhaps the greatest controversy over Wilson's presidency is the way in which it finished. Wilson suffered a debilitating stroke in 1919 that left him severely incapacitated, and he stayed out of both the public and private eye for the remainder of his term, with his wife Edith keeping him isolated from the vice president, the cabinet, the congressmen. She served as a kind of chief of staff, determining what issues were sent to him and which issues were sent to cabinet officials. Given questions over his competency after his stroke, it has long been speculated that Edith essentially served as president in her husband's stead until he left office in 1921. American Legends, The Life of Woodrow Wilson, chronicles the life of the idealistic president, examines his groundbreaking presidency, and analyzes his legacy.